Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today. Let's talk about that Fallout lore. In a previous video, I talked about the potential factions and muties we may encounter during Fallout 76 based off its point in the timeline. When it came to the Enclave, I said, don't really bet on it, but a recent fan theory may have just poked a hole right in that, and I'd like to talk about that today. My source is Vault of Daedalus, my boy from Reddit and Twitter. He showed me this, and I'd like to get right into it. This theory begins at Radio Tower 3SM U81. It is a location in Fallout 4 on the northern part of the map, sort of in the center. You can see right here its location and all the nearby ones to help pinpoint it so you can visit it yourself. Attached to this radio tower is a terminal, which when you turn it on and raise the satellites, you will get one signal called the Greenbrier radio signal. Now, it's really not the distress signal that is what's fishy. Here's what it has to say.
Stuck in an old bunker next to the river. Those things are crawling around up there. We're trapped. If you can hear this, just kill those things and get us out of here. Please, we're running out of food. I'll give you whatever you want.
This has been a pre-recorded message.
It's more so the name of this radio signal that stands out for most folk. For those who don't know, there is this place in West Virginia called the Greenbrier, which may or may not, based off this theory, connect to the Fallout universe. We won't know until we actually see the game. The Greenbrier, according to Wikipedia, is a luxury resort located in the Allegheny Mountains near White Sulphur Springs in Greenbrier County, West Virginia, in the United States. Now, the difference here is we can see an ER compared to the AR within the radio signal. So there's the and the R, matey. MrMattyPlays here. Okay, I'm gonna stop. So with a little dose of speculitis here, Bethesda could just be playing around with the name a little bit, but I know that based off the song inside Fallout 76, speculation leads to that game maybe being set in West Virginia. When you connect that to Greenbrier, which is also a luxury resort, but did you know underneath Greenbrier, once again according to Wikipedia, there is also the site of a massive underground bunker that was meant to serve as an emergency shelter for the United States Congress during the Cold War. In the late 1950s, the US government approached the Greenbrier for assistance in creating a secret emergency relocation center to house Congress in the aftermath of a nuclear holocaust. The classified underground facility named Project Green Island was built at the same time as the West Virginia wing, an above ground addition to the hotel from 1952 to 1962. Now, the Fallout timeline diverges sometime around the 1950s, so it's not too far-fetched to imagine that there may be a connection between these locations, especially if Fallout 76 would be located inside West Virginia. Furthermore, how could this be the Enclave according to this theory? Well, if we head over to Gamepedia and look up the Enclave, there's a little bit of reading between the lines required here. In March 2077, with the world heading directly for nuclear confrontation, the President of the United States and other members of the Enclave retreated to various fortified areas around the globe. The Poseidon oil derrick in the Pacific Ocean was chosen as a secret base from which the US could continue to exist and wage war on China with the eventual goal of retaking the continental United States. Some members of the Enclave retreated to remote locations in other parts of the world, but when the bombs hit, they all lost contact with the main group. And that is where the reading between the lines comes. So we know the main group, based off Fallout 2, is in the Poseidon oil rig. There are remote groups that are scattered about the wasteland. Is it possible that one of these scattered groups ended up in Greenbrier? It could be possible considering that the Enclave and the US government share a connection in the Fallout universe. Now, since this theory has gained a lot of traction with YouTubers and they've been talking about it, I just want to offer my thoughts on it personally. I don't think that's the case, merely based off what I mentioned in the beginning of the video, the spelling of the name itself, especially considering the radio signal, which I played earlier on for you guys as well, and based off the information I presented to you guys, two completely different things, considering in the distress signal, he's talking about a bunker near the river, which is definitely not the case for the Greenbrier that we are speculating about. So this is a great theory and one that I thought fueled a little speculation that, oh wow, this could be a cool location for a Fallout game, because West Virginia is very much a mystery to us Fallout fans. And I've heard some cool thoughts from Fallout fans who do live in West Virginia and how it could be a nice setting for there. So my curiosity is certainly piqued, and I'd love to see what Bethesda could do with a location like this if it is in fact set there, and I think an underground shelter like this would fit perfectly. But anyway, that'll do it for today's speculation/theory video. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it in the comments down below. Fire away, ladies and gentlemen. Other than that, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Those links are in the description down below, along with my Patreon. Do consider supporting that as it fuels all the content we create here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.